Happy Friday, television family. Weekend's almost here. If you stand on your tiptoes, as a matter of fact, you might be able to see it. And you'll be able to see a long way. It's going to be a pretty nice weekend. It is the 17th day of April, 2026. That makes it a Friday. I'm Dan Kuntz. It'll be a five-star show for you today. Five-star show. I guarantee you a five-star show on Fridays. You know what we do by now. Mondays, we show up, we work. We don't work real hard. Tuesdays are just like Mondays. Wednesdays, we kind of lean forward a little bit, try and get our act together. Thursday, we assemble all the necessary parts. And on Friday, it's a five-star show, or double your television viewing pleasure back. What the heck was that, Mac? It's a nice morning, 39 degrees. Going to be a nice day today. Pretty nice weekend, warming trend. We're going to get a bunch of warm air coming down from the south and the west, and it's going to come on up and visit us and going to hang around for a while. I think you're going to like the forecast. It's coming up. First day of the Apple Blossom Festival is next Thursday, and the weather's looking good there if the long-term computer models all work out. News, yes. Sports, lots. Mariners, they don't play they've won one road game this entire year. Their first road game of the year in Anaheim a couple of weeks ago, and outside of that, well, we'll show you highlights of the Mariners. There's a lot of sports to talk about. Busy weekend there. And on May 9th, you'll want to be at the Oddfellows Hall on Chelan Street, about 7-8 blocks from where I'm sitting. Joel Myrene is bringing it back again. The Valley Vinyl Records Expo for you vinyl junkies, and I'm proud to say I'm one of them. It's one of the big events of the year. We went to Cashmere Records, which is out, I believe, in Cashmere, to film an interview. John was a very nice host. He owns Cashmere Records. He's one of the sponsors, as a matter of fact. So Joel and I had a nice chat for you to prepare for the Valley Vinyl Records Expo, and I'm looking forward to that. Joel will be my guest in the back half of the program. It's tour time, and we got all kinds of great views. When you have days like today, mornings like today, it's kind of hard to choose which cameras to use because they're so darn pretty. Remember yesterday, or a couple days ago at this time, they were still snow at the very tip top of Birch Mountain. It's gone now, as you can plainly see there. Sunrise this morning was at 6:08. Sunset tonight, 7:53. That's 13 hours and 45 minutes of daylight. Rude Canyon, we haven't used this one in a long time. This is up near the Waterville Plateau. I believe he has that pointed almost directly due west, and simply because I can see the snow at the very peak of the Cascades off into the distance. That's our Rude Canyon camera. The people who live in Rude Canyon are very nice. I don't know why it's called Rude Canyon. I've found most of the people who live there quite pleasant indeed. Stayman Flats, named after the legendary billiard player. Minnesota Flats, Columbia River looking nice. Big view of Douglas County, clocking way off into the distance. Stayman Flats is just past decision time when you're heading up 97A up towards Lake Chelan. Right before, if you head up towards the Knapp's Hill Tunnel, if you just keep going and hanging around the river, you're on Stayman Flats. That's the railroad tracks down there. And camera 4 takes us to Bear Mountain, and we say good morning to Lake Chelan. There's Wapato Point sticking out there, looking pretty good. They were planning on doing some prescription burns in the Bear Mountain area. I don't know if they did or not, or if they finished it all up or not, but it's obvious from there. It's just a gorgeous morning. Everybody's a little cool, but it's really not too bad. The freeze warning is going to expire. Nobody actually got below freezing last night. That was good. So we're through that. But it's going to be a chilly day today, all things considered. Now, keep in mind our normal high is 62. We'll be just about 60 or so today. But there's a graph I'd like to see. Look at the warming trend as we jump up into the 70s. There's going to be some locations, probably not us, on Monday. We're going to be in the upper 70s, but there's going to be some folks out there. Omak, Moses Lake, I'm talking to you. You guys could actually get to 80 degrees on Monday. Again, some warm air is coming up from the south and the west, and it's going to make for a very nice stretch. Temperature-wise, we could see a few passing clouds, but we're going to have a nice warming trend heading our way. From our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, it's where comfort, care, and community come together. Nary a cloud all day today. Lots of sunshine. Just beautiful day. Take the day off. Take the afternoon off anyway when it's nice and warm. 60 for the afternoon high, 40 for the overnight low tonight. Going to see some clouds tonight as a weak shortwave comes in, because the system I'm talking about, it hasn't really established itself yet. It will absolutely be established by Sunday. So on Saturday, it'll be about 70% sun, 30% clouds, and a high of about 65. Then for Sunday, about the same deal, maybe more like a 60-40 sun to cloud ratio on Sunday, but a pleasant day, high of 72. Monday, partly sunny, 77. Slightly cooler on Tuesday. Cooler still Wednesday, but still above normal by quite a bit. And for Thursday, day number 1 of the 107th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, gobs of sunshine and a high of 64. Absolutely no complaints at all. Thank you, Mother Nature. We appreciate it. Don't know if we deserve it, but we'll take it. We're going to take a break, as a matter of fact, and then come back with the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Vape companies have a history of targeting teens. Now, they've been caught red-handed marketing to minors in Washington state and forced to pay millions in a major lawsuit. When it comes to your health, choose what matters. Choose you. Nicotine in vapes can increase feelings of anxiety and depression. Though quitting isn't always easy, it's a great way to care for your mental health. When you're ready to take control of your well-being, choose the Tomorrow Health app. It's free for Washington teens and proven to work.
Click RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. The huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV Moses Lake or clickitRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
That's a nice morning. It could be a beautiful day. We're at 40 now. We're going to be about 20 degrees warmer by the time this Friday is in the books. Warmer still on Saturday, warmer still on Sunday. We will see a few more clouds on the weekend, but temperatures are going to be heading upstairs for quite some time. It's 8 minutes after the hour. FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, says it's soon going to start house inspections for disaster aid applicants in Chelan County and throughout our state, actually. The agency announced on Saturday that President Trump approved federal funding for several Washington state tribal communities and counties, including Chelan, that were, of course, impacted by the severe storms back in mid-December. The inspections are usually scheduled within 7 to 10 days after an individual applies. The inspector will consider criteria, including whether the house is safe to live in, the structural integrity of the house, and whether any accessibility features that existed before the disaster are damaged. FEMA did not respond to an email from us. We asked how many Chelan County residents have applied for disaster aid. We don't know. A kind of cool local marketplace that I certainly like going to has shut down. The owner says development and traffic disruptions in the area are to blame. Our own Long Tran filed this report.
We're in downtown Wenatchee on South Mission Street, where Sony's Oriental Market closed down their business earlier this week. On signage displayed outside the closed down store, the business states that they are closing down their operations, partly due to the disruptions from the Majestic Apartment Homes construction project.
I'm regrouping due to the construction project having coned off the furthest east traffic lane due to customers' inability to access parking in front of Sony's Oriental Market. They disappeared for the most part during the times that the cones were actively placed on South Mission Street in front of the store. I just kind of threw in the towel and decided that, the loss of business during the times that the street had been coned off and giving the impression that my parking was coned off also just wasn't worth, the loss of business.
In an email, a Public Works Department spokesperson says over the course of the construction project, the city has been in contact with local business owners and have made adjustments when possible to relocate signs while maintaining a traffic control layout that ensures safety. Reporting from downtown Wenatchee, this is Long Tran, NCW Life.
A convicted killer once serving life in prison may now be free within a decade. Scott Dwayne Pierce, he was 20 years old when he and an accomplice, Anthony Salmons, severely beat two Mexican orchard workers in Omak back in 1995. The men then dropped the two male victims, who were 21 and 24 years old, into the Okanagan River and left them there to drown. Pierce allegedly expressed anti-Mexican hatred in a later interview with the police. He was originally sentenced in 1996 to life in prison without parole, but Supreme Court rulings have since required defendants who committed crimes before the age of 21 to be sentenced under lesser guidelines. Well, on Tuesday, Okanagan County Judge Rachel Hong ordered Pierce to serve just under 41 years in prison, and that means an estimated 10 years remaining on his prison term. The new sentence is at the low end of the current standard range for 2 counts of first-degree murder. A man convicted of child rape in 2022 has failed for the second time to overturn his case. 47-year-old Thunder Ray Danzuka from Riverside. He's serving 18 years in prison for sexually assaulting a young girl in the Kashmir area. The State Court of Appeals turned down Danzuka's first appeal. That was in 2023. His latest effort sought to undo his Chelan County court sentence, saying his defense attorney failed to effectively cross-examine the victim, who was 10 years old when the abuse began and 23 years old when she testified. In a ruling issued yesterday, the appeals court said Danzuka failed to show a different cross-examination would have ended in a different verdict. He remains held at the Coyote Ridge Corrections Center in Connell. And the National Union representing United States Forest Service employees says the Trump administration's plan to reorganize the Forest Service is an attempt to illegally carry out a reduction in force. Earlier this month, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced it's moving the Forest Service headquarters to Salt Lake City and also closing several research laboratories, including the one here in Wenatchee. In an email shared to NCW Life, the Forest Service Council of the National Federation of Federal Employees said the plan is also designed to dismantle critical programs and privatize the work of the Forest Service. The agency says the reorganization does not eliminate scientific positions or cancel research programs. Forest Service Chief Tom Schultz gave testimony on the reorganization Thursday to the House Appropriations Committee.
This will ultimately drive more resources to the ground.
Yeah.
So as we remove middle layers of management, the intent is not to riff anybody or have a reduction in force. It's to find other roles and responsibilities, different reporting structures, but it is to ultimately move more resources to forest and districts where the work is being done on a daily basis.
Do you believe you have the authority to do this reorganization without Congress okaying it?
Mr. Chairman, we have consulted with OGC and we have been afforded what they perceive to be a direction to do this, move forward, that the Secretary has this authority.
We probably haven't heard the last of that, and that is the news. On this Friday, we got Jefferson and Jordan and Pete and Emma and Emily and Jenny and Oscar and other top flight professionals, Long. All of these people gathered to put the news together. I don't have anything to do with it. The news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, 5, 6, and 10. Stay in the loop with the NCW Life Evening News, 5, 6, and 10. Quick reminder, we got soccer tonight. Panthers and the Pirates that leap off the field at the Apple Bowl. You don't want to miss that. Send us an email if you got a news tip, news@ncwlife.com. Speaking of sports, you only have to wait 2 minutes and you'll get an adult portion. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Hollander Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCW Life Channel.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Sports at 17 minutes after the hour. The Mariners lost their 8th straight road game. The Padres won their 8th straight game, regardless of where they played. A 5-2 final last night at Petco Park down in San Diego. A 4-run second inning put Seattle in a hole they simply could not climb out of. The Mariners went just 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
2 down here in the second inning. Luke Raley.
Line to right. Fernando, a little bit of a late break, charging in, reaches down, tumbles over, and he made the catch. Gonna hang a star for Fernando Tatis Jr. as the Padres continue to flash the leather in 2026. Mariners will hold it up, see if they want to challenge it, thinking perhaps Fernando trapped it, but he made that catch cleanly. We see it, soon they will, and there will be no challenge.
First and third with 1 out. Luis Campusano was a part of it also last night. So nice to get him some runs.
Absolutely.
Line to the left field, a base hit. Here comes Gavin Sheets. Padres will take a 1-0 lead. Luis Campusano driving in a run.
Look at Campy working it. Talked about it last night. The RBI single in the 9th. First AB this evening. Yeah, it wasn't a rocket, but it found the 5.5 hole for the RBI single.
Laureano to first base. Naylor with a bobble. He will get just the 1 out and barely run scores in the back door. And Duhar comes in, and it's 2-0 Padres. Naylor having a bit of an adventure this inning. 7th member of the Padres to bat here in the second is Fernando. Line to center field, a base hit for Fernando. From third, Campusano will score. Here comes Cronenworth. Padres lead it 4-0. Fernando drives in a pair.
That's starting to sound like a broken record, but that's what this offense is doing right now. 5-pitch at bat there, a changeup down. Toddy sends it right back to Cinder. Pull it at 105 up the middle. 2 RBI single for Toddy.
Here comes Bogarts. Throw to second and in time. Machado is out. He thinks he's safe. As of now, it's a strike him out, throw him out.
For sure the ball beat him. It's whether or not he was able to get under the slide because Cole Young had to kind of go back and find him.
There is no challenge coming from the Padres. No, they agree with the umpires. So strike him out, throw him out. Nice work by Castillo and Cal Raleigh.
Padres with a big bottom of the second. They've made Luis work the stretch and the pitch to Merrill. Swinging a line drive, caught by
play. J.P. Crawford high in the air, bobbles it, recovers it, catches it on the way down, high in the air. He made the catch right behind the bag at second. What a catch by J.P. Crawford, robbing Merrill of a base hit, and that will retire the side.
Runners on the corners, nobody out. Cal Raleigh getting set to bat, trailing 4-0. Nobody out of the 6th inning, but threatening. Line right field, fair, base hit. Mariners are on the board. Young scores. Donovan is into third. Cal Raleigh with an RBI base hit into right. Mariners still with nobody out or run in. Bradley Rodriguez facing Julio. Tying run at the plate. Inside out, liner right field. Julio an RBI base hit. Donovan scores. It's a 2-run game.
See Julio with the Mariners' new celebration this year. Get the ball. Because for a while there, the middle of the order especially, were really struggling. 2 through 4, hitting just over $150 coming into this game. That was the worst in baseball, but it's Cal, it's Julio here getting things done. Keep the line moving.
Campusano. Ground ball. Donovan picks himself up. Long throw, stretch, Naylor in time.
Brendan Donovan has to give up some ground, picks himself up quickly. Long throw over. He's got a really strong arm over there at third base. Been impressive so far.
Second and third, nobody out in the Padres 7th. See Machado swings. He does. First pitch. Bloop to shallow center. And the second baseman can't catch it. Here comes Fernando. He will score. Base hit for Machado. 5-2 San Diego. Cole Young got all twisted up. He realized, looking to center field, that he was the only one that had a chance, and he cannot come up with it.
Well, not even close. And granted, again, the infield was in. It's just a perfect place.
Oh, man. Right back off. Crystal high hop. Young, stretch, and out at first base. A lot happened right there.
Beautiful play all the way around. Little assist, 1-4, set yourself 3. Hits the bag and takes a funny hop. Really athletic move by Cole Young to go up and get that.
For the faithful, stand as one at Petco Park in San Diego. And a full count now to Young with 2 outs in the 9th. That is strike 3, and that's the ball game. Got a challenge.
You don't challenge the Reaper.
Strike 3. Padres win. And look at this last pitch. It was challenged.
That caught a lot of the plate.
They sweep the Mariners. Winners of 8 straight. The San Diego Padres.
Well, Lisa's back home. Seattle begins a 3-game weekend set with the Rangers at T-Mobile Park tonight. Thank goodness for that. Logan Gilbert will get the start. And guess what? You can watch it on TV if you have King 5. The American League West scoreboard. Boy, the Angels really did a number on my Yankees in the Bronx. I'm glad that's over with. Angels beat the Yankees again. There's the Padres knocking off the Mariners. Rangers snuck by the Athletics, and the Rockies just by a itty-bitty, little-bitty run over the Astros. Well, the Kraken and the Colorado Avalanche had the honors of playing the very last regular season game of the NHL this year, and the Kraken did their part. They got shut out. And the Avalanche didn't even play their best players. They all sat on the bench. 2-0 was the final. The Kraken finished with 12 losses in their last 15 games, and they were dead last in the NHL in penalty kills. By the way, for those of you still interested, the Stanley Cup playoffs begin tomorrow. All right, Prep Baseball. There was no scores from yesterday. We'll jump right to the schedule for today in the Big 9. This will be a good one at Historic Recreation Park. The Wenatchee Panthers, who beat Moses Lake on Tuesday in Moses Lake, and it was their first loss of the year for the Mavericks in league play. Moses Lake will try and get revenge. They're 6-1 in Big 9 play. Wenatchee is 7-3. First pitch of the first game at Rec Park at 4:30. Just a single game between Eastmont and Cashmere. That game is actually at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. By the way, this will be good. Cashmere is 11-1. Eastmont is 6-4. That's a 5:30 first pitch tonight. In Spokane at Gonzaga University, Asotin will take on Brewster at 11 a.m. this morning. And then at 7:15, again at Gonzaga in Spokane, Tri-Cities Prep will take on Chelan. That is today. Prep schedule tomorrow, doubleheaders all the way around, and they all start pretty much At the same time, Wapato and Cashmere, first pitch, first game, 11 a.m. That's the same time for Cascade welcoming Omak. Prosser has Quincy coming to town. Othello travels to Ephrata at 11 a.m. Liberty Bell has Manson coming to town. Okanagan travels to Tenasket. Granted, not a long road trip there. And Mary Walker, which is a private school, will take on Waterville Mansfield tomorrow up on the plateau. First pitch, first game at 11 a.m. There was some softball to be played yesterday, and we have typical prep softball scores, which look more like football scores. Chelan beat Okanagan 23-6, Brewster over Omak 22-12, and Toppenish sweeps aside Quincy 13-7 and 14-7. Prep softball scheduled today. Cashmere hosts Wapato at their ballpark. First pitch, first game, 3 p.m. Cascade has Omak coming to town, same time. At 3 o'clock, 1/2 hour later, Wenatchee will take on Moses Lake in a doubleheader out in the Basin. First pitch, first game at 3:30. Prep softball scheduled for Saturday. Not surprisingly, double headers. I mean, it's Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day. Let's play two. Chelan and Brewster at 11 a.m. It's Prosser and Ephrata at 11 a.m. Okanagan welcomes Tenasket. Liberty Bell, not Libert Bell. Oh, thank you. Somebody fix that. Mary Walker, same deal at Waterville Mansfield. So the softball team and the baseball team are heading to the Basin. And Eastmont has a doubleheader, a non-leaguer at Issaquah, heading over I-90. First pitch, first game for that is at 12 noon. Prep soccer scoreboard, quite a bit of action on Thursday night. Here's who did what to whom on the pitch. Chelan over Orville. Cascade got by Tenasket. Manson, no real problems with Bridgeport. Brewster got by Liberty Bell on penalty kicks. Okanagan over Soap Lake 5-1. Othello stuck by Quincy 3-2. Prep soccer schedule today, and this is a big one. Wenatchee is 5-1 in Big 9 play. Davis is 5-1 in Big 9 play. The Panthers' only league loss to the Davis Pirates. This is going to be a very good one. Sebastian Moraga and Daryl Geddes with the call. We'll take to the air at about 6:45. The match begins at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it to leave off to fill to the Apple Bowl, it's going to be a beautiful night. Go to the game, folks. Go to the match. But if you can't, we'll have it for you here on the NCW Live channel. Eastmont's got a pretty good one going. The Eisenhower Cadets coming to town. Both of these teams are 4-2 in league play. This will be good at Wildcat Field, and it'll be at 7 o'clock tonight, same time with Moses Lake as they host Sunnyside. Prep soccer tomorrow is a slightly busier schedule. It is Tenasket at Liberty Bell, 10 a.m. That's awfully early to play soccer, but what do I know? Cashmere will be at Manson at 11 a.m. Omak welcomes Bridgeport. Okanagan has Brewster coming to town. Ephrata travels down to Yakima to take on East Valley. And Kings will be at Quincy at 3 o'clock on the pitch. And it's opening weekend of the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Tonight, you can go watch the guys practice. It's practice tonight. It is free. Just show up. They're going to have a party in downtown East Wenatchee tonight for the draw, and then it's racing tomorrow. Opening night, this will be great. It's the Tommy Wentz Classic night. It starts out with the Plum Perfect Road Runners, followed by the P&T Towing Youth Road Runners. Then doing the honors, the Apple Valley Pumping Crown Vic Stocks, the Zero Handicap Mini Bombers. Second to last race, the Rockstar Energy B-Mods, and then the big one, the Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning Thunder Cars. The Tommy Wentz Classic will be the nightcap. Gates open at 4, time trials at 5, racing at 6. Get your tickets in advance, saves you a lot of time in line. You're going to have a big crowd tomorrow night and good weather too. Go to WVSO.com, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. Happy National Herbalist Day, so if your name is Herb, happy day to you. It's National Ellis Island Family History Day. An amazing amount of people can trace their family history to the immigrants who first set foot on this country on Ellis Island. National Haiku Day. National Cheese Ball Day. It's blah, 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 blah day. It's National Kickball Day. But today, we celebrate the underappreciated bat. It's National Bat Day today. And who's kidding who bats freak out a lot of people, but they really shouldn't. Bats do much more good stuff than bad stuff. Of course, bats are the only mammal that can fly. Flying squirrels can't fly, they can glide between trees, but they can't actually fly. Bats can, the only mammals that can fly, and they can fly fast. They can go up to 60 miles an hour. The Mexican free-tailed bat can fly 100 miles an hour. Bats can live under certain circumstances over 30 years. Of course, they locate their prey by echo, which allows them to feed when it's completely dark. Bats are capable of eating 1,200 mosquitoes every hour. That's why they're our friends. However, over half of all the bat species in this country are either endangered or in serious decline. And the biggest reason why is that most bats can only give birth to one pup a year. So they got to get busy. Of course, one of the richest and most sought after fertilizers anywhere is bat poop. There's economies that are based entirely on harvesting bat poop. I'm glad I'm not in that line of work. Most bats hibernate in the cold winter months. There's nothing to catch and eat, so they go to sleep. And when they hibernate in the winter months, their hearts beat only 4 times a minute. That's some pretty serious sleeping. Happy National Bat Day today. They're okay, all right? It's just don't, if you see a dead one, don't pick it up. You don't want rabies. It's the bottom of the hour today in history. JFK inherited this from Eisenhower when he took office in January of 1961. Ike's CIA group went to JFK and said, oh, by the way, we're planning a coup in the Bay of Pigs in a couple of months, and we've gotten so far into the process of making this happen, you're kind of going to have to go with it. Now, JFK could have put the kibosh on it, but he said, oh, well, now what the hell. The Bay of Pigs, the failed invasion of Cuba. A bunch of Cuban exiles, they were financed, of course, and trained by the CIA to land at the Bay of Pigs in Cuba. The idea was to oust Fidel Castro. It was a complete and abject failure. In fact, if anything, it helped Castro. Castro became even more of a national hero, and he already was in many respects. And it really did a real number on the U.S.-Cuba relations. It kind of went real cold, real fast after that. But JFK, to his credit, went on national TV and said, we blew it, and it's my fault, which he didn't really have to do, but he did anyway. Shea Stadium in Queens. I went to one New York Mets game. I went to a Mets-Pirates game back in June of 1983. I was very unimpressed. Shea Stadium opened. By the way, it was the Mets and the Pirates. The Mets lost, of course. Shea Stadium, in not a very nice neighborhood. Of course, it's right next to LaGuardia Airport. They weren't even done with it yet. Look at that. They still got wheelbarrows full of dirt. It wasn't even finished yet. 50,312 showed up if they could get there. There were massive traffic jams. It did not sell out. And the biggest problem is they didn't do any exhibition games or events to make sure everything worked. They just said, well, let's just hope it works. And it didn't. The stadium wasn't even finished. There's Casey Stengel along with Guy Lombardo and his band. It rained to beat the band the day before, and they discovered that they put the outfield drains in the wrong location. So the outfield was a swamp. The huge scoreboard didn't work, 80 miles of wiring, and none of it really worked. Massive traffic jams before the game. The bathrooms filled over. And because of a jurisdictional dispute between two rival unions, the Local 3 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers and Local 1106 of the Communications Workers, they didn't like each other, so neither one of them installed the phones. None of the phones worked. Outside of that, it worked out just fine. Shea Stadium opened 62 years ago today. Again, I went to one game at Shea back in 1983. Not the best neighborhood. A lot of chop shops and kind of sketchy. I'd much rather go to the South Bronx, believe it or not. And they made it home. America breathes a sigh of relief 4 days after everything went cattywampus. Apollo 13 safely returns to Earth after, well, you've seen the movie, and it's a pretty good movie. Who's kidding who? They took some artistic liberties, but for the most part, it tells the story. Apollo 13, they made it back, and everybody went, whew. 2 heavenly birthdays. Without question, the most influential banker in the history of this country, J.P. Morgan, born in the state in 1837. For about 25 years, 42 major corporations were either financed or organized their securities or were given capital funds by J.P. Morgan. And I mean all of them. And J.P. Morgan had a very simple deal. He says, I'll give you some capital money. I'll underwrite some of your more riskier ventures if you put me on your board of directors. And they did. So for all intents and purposes, J.P. Morgan all but controlled Are you ready for this? U.S. Steel, International Harvester, General Electric, General Motors, Western Union, Consolidated Edison, DuPont, Montgomery Ward, AT&T, and 21 separate railroad companies. And during the panic of 1907, it was J.P. Morgan, more than anybody else, who simply bailed out the American economy because he had the dough. J.P. Morgan, born in the state in 1837. And the great William Holden. I watched Bridge on the River Kwai a couple weeks ago, born in the state in 1918. Sunset Boulevard, Sabrina, The Wild Bunch, Picnic, The Towering Inferno, of course, Max Schumacher in Network. He won the Academy Award in 1953 for Stalag 17, and he was very good in that movie. But it was more of a, because the Motion Picture Academy screwed up. He should have won Best Actor the year before for Sunset Boulevard, and so they made it up to him by giving the Academy Award for Best Actor the next year for Stalag 17. He should have won it for Sunset Boulevard, but we'll get over it. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. Mike Benatti's got an opinion. It's about, sometimes it gets a little, sometimes Mike doesn't like to be criticized. He gets over it. And then Joel Myrene, my good buddy Joel Myrene, once again putting on the Apple Valley Record Expo. It's coming up on Saturday, May 9th. We had a great time with Joel out at Cashmere Records. That conversation when we come back. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the Instant Be Live channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
A kitchen that makes mouths water and jaws drop. A bedroom from a dream with a bath from a spa. A walk-in you'd never want to walk out of. A pool like the fountain of youth. And a view that never gets old. When buying or selling a home of the highest standards, it's comforting to be represented by a real estate company with standards to match. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Live well with Coldwell.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, many times, somebody has said something to me, usually something critical, and I get defensive. I'm sure I'm the only one. Now, what I've tried to learn to do when this happens is to stop and think. Why am I getting defensive? Is there some truth in what I'm hearing? Now, often this is the case, I got to admit. I get defensive because something about what I'm being told is accurate. And, I think I should do this more often, reflect when I get defensive, when I'm criticized and react that way. Maybe instead of defending myself, I should stop and think, is there a chance for correction here and doing myself some self-improvement? Well, maybe there is. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Welcome back to the program. Coming up on Saturday, May 9th, there's a lot going on, but you want to carve aside, I don't know, a couple of hours anyway. If you're into music, and even if you're not into music, you will be by the end of the day on Saturday, May 9th, because Joel Myrene is bringing it back. It is the Apple Valley Record Expo number
5 of the fourth year.
Joel and I first met 5 years ago. Joel was kind of a weird scenario. You don't need to really know the details, but he said, I'm trying to put together a record expo, Dan. Can you give me a hand? And I said, yeah. It was, you were taking a chance, Joel. You didn't know. You were like, I hope this works.
I did not know that you still own a record store.
Yes, yeah, now you do. That was a long time ago. Obviously, this is the 5th one, so it seems to be working.
It does, yeah. Yeah, the demand seems to still be there with the vendors. The vendor spots, we opened them up on the 1st of the year, and they sold out right around late January. So yeah,
just like that.
Yeah, and we have a wait list currently of about 15 vendors or so. And the demand for buyers is, we'll see this year, but it seems to be the interest is high. So yeah.
How do the vendors who partake in buying, selling, and trading vinyl get word of the Apple Valley Record? I mean, for the first one, how do you get the word out that I'm going to try and put this together in Wenatchee, Washington?
Yeah, it was kind of trial and error for the first one. I did some Facebook ads, but it was a lot of I went to a couple record shows and gave out my info. And then the vinyl kind of community, as far as vendors, it's not huge. So kind of you meet people through other people. Yeah.
I talked to a number of them who have come every year. I haven't missed one yet. Some from Spokane, Seattle, Montana.
Yeah.
Guy from Flathead Lake brings thousands of albums, and he told me, he said, of course I would come.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this is an untapped market.
Yeah, that's probably John from Ear Candy Records.
Yep.
Yeah, and he, I love it when he comes every year because he brings in so many records, and it cycles through what he brings too, so it's not the same stuff every year.
Do you pick a date, or do you get a hold of all of your vendors who you know are going to want to come and say, what weekend can you come, because it's a commitment? Hauling records is a pain in the butt and all that other stuff. So how did that work? Was it whatever weekend you guys can come and I'll get the Oddfellows Hall, or was it this is it?
Yeah, it's a number of things you have to work around, but the most important is finding out that you have to make sure there's not another record show somewhere in the state, because
they do a circuit?
Kind of, yeah. Okay. There's the Lake City show in the spring. There's the Seattle Center show also in the spring. I think both those shows might be twice a year. So you have to really be careful not to land it on the same day. And then there's some in Tacoma too. There used to be some in Spokane, so yeah.
Again, it's May 9th at the Oddfellows Hall, which is where it has always been. I can't think of a better location for a record expo than the Oddfellows hall, which has been very good to you, and it's a perfect location.
Yeah, I think so. It's great. It's kind of got that vintage vibe to it. We've done some work in it in the last year or two, so people can see that. But yeah, 2 floors. Both floors of the Oddfellows hall will be open. Probably about 30 vendor tables, maybe 31.
Okay.
Yeah, and records, some audio equipment, maybe a little bit of collectibles too.
Yeah, there's one guy last year had some vintage amplifiers that you can't find anymore. I'm one of those aficionados. I have a 1978 Marantz 2252B that, by the way, I'm going to be buried with. So sorry, siblings, you're not going to get that because there's a certain, not just a sound quality that you're going to get from these old-fashioned amps that you're not going to get from these digital amps. But it's kind of cool to have that retro amp in your house too.
It is, yeah. And we're lucky now that Jim McGreevy, who has kind of, now he will repair those things in town, which we didn't have someone doing that for a while. So
well, the big thing is recapping. Does he recap?
I'm not sure.
The older amps.
Yeah.
You need to have them recapped every once in a while.
Yeah, I would imagine so, because he does some great work. I would imagine so. Yeah, and he'll have some good audio equipment there.
Free plug for him and a free plug for our buddy John, because people are going, you're not in the studio.
Yes.
Tell folks where we are and why we're here.
We are in Cashmere Records today. Cashmere Records is one of the sponsors of the Record Expo, and they opened almost about a year ago today. So a great spot in Cashmere to get some records. There's the coffee shop here too, the bookstore next door, and yeah, great selection.
Yeah, great selection and keeping it local.
Yeah.
And that's important. It's in the basement, by the way, of the whatever the district's called.
Side Street Cashmere.
Side Street Cashmere.
Building.
So it's on Railroad, and then you walk in the main building, and you go downstairs,
Yep.
and you can't miss it.
Yeah. When you enter downstairs, you get to the bookstore, and then just go a little further, and you go right into the record store.
How much coin have you dropped here at John's place?
I have no idea. I don't know.
The answer is you've spent some money.
That's true.
No big deal. So usual deals apply for you real vinyl junkies, and you're looking at 2 of them right now. $5 will get you in the door an hour early.
Yep.
And you want to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of the best selection of records is the earliest, right? So if you want to pay $5, we'll let you in at 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock on, it's free, but really, like, you gotta, I think, the best selection's at 10 o'clock, and that's the only way that really the margins are in this whole thing, is like, to support it and keep it going, please come early, because that's how we keep the Record Expo going financially.
The first time that you did the early entry for $5, I showed up early, and there was a line.
Yeah.
A long line. I was rather surprised.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see that. I try to get pictures of it every time, and it kind of goes down the block, and we get everyone in really quick, so yeah.
Another tip for you, again, if it's worth the $5 to get in early at 10 o'clock. And then if you come in at the last, say, hour to 45 minutes, you can score some really good deals, because a lot of these folks don't want to haul all those records out of here again, and you can do some negotiating.
Yeah, especially if you want to buy in bulk too, or if you just want to grab 2-3 records or 20, 50. You're exactly right. They will make some great deals.
And they're very knowledgeable. Some of these folks only specialize in certain genres of music. Others only have stuff that's out of print. Others will carry some 45s. So all of these people know what they're talking about. They're just not in it for the dough, but they have a passion for it as well.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, is just talking to the vendors, learning a lot about records, and just being around kind of like-minded folks. The knowledge there is just vast, and yeah, really nice people. Not the snobby record store kind of cliche. It's kind of the opposite, is what I've seen.
So do you have any specials going on this year? You usually do something kind of cool each year to make it different. What's for this year on May 9th, what do you have in the hopper?
Yeah, this year we would have like a kind of like a local vinyl record that we'd like to feature, but really this year there wasn't any local bands that happened to put out a record, so we don't have that this year. We do have a new T-shirt design here.
Oh, here, I'll hold that up while you talk.
Yeah.
About it.
So every year I try to kind of come up with a new T-shirt design to kind of make something fresh here. So we will have that for sale at the show. And we got Food by Touch of Soul.
They're back again?
Yep, they're back again.
Coffee?
No coffee this year.
Okay, well, that's fine.
But yeah, and then just, the 30 tables of vinyl. We'll have Road Trip Records there again. They're one of the sponsors. The Comet Magazine will be there. They're one of the sponsors.
Thank you, Ron.
Yes. Cashmere Records will be there. They're one of the sponsors. And the time capsule in Wenatchee will be there, and they're one of the sponsors too.
That's one of the places that I've been meaning to go to, and I haven't had a chance to go to yet.
Yeah,
the time capsule.
It's great. Yeah, yeah.
Anything else? How's the local music scene doing for you? I know you've been bringing in some bands, bringing in some stuff.
Yeah.
You're heavily involved in that, and you still are.
Yeah, so we just did the show last weekend at the Performing Arts Center with Matt Cameron from Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. It was part of the Black Box concert series, and I put that show together, and the local high school band Icarus opened. So that was really great. The show sold out, but more importantly, it was just really cool to see the turnout of people for that, and to have Icarus open, and Matt was so generous with his time, signing autographs, doing pictures and all that.
Icarus,
So-
were they the ones at the Janice Friends talent show at the high school?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Yep.
They're good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one thing I noticed about these guys, and it's not easy for high schoolers, you got to rehearse.
Yeah.
You got to rehearse, you got to play, you got to play, you got to play, you
Yep.
got to play. And a lot of these kids don't have that kind of time, but they seem committed to it.
Yeah, and early on when they were about 13 or so, they went to Pinnacles Prep, and during Pinnacles they had a class called Rock Band, which when I was in high school there would be no option for a class called Rock Band. So I think that's where kind of it started, and they were given that time that you need, to do that. I think most of them are at the regular high school now, but yeah, they've clearly put the time in. So yeah. So
Apple Valley Record Expo, it is Saturday the 9th, 10 o'clock early admission. At 11 o'clock it's free. Show up at 10, show up at 9:30 and stand in line, grab some coffee, and it's well worth it. You can score some pretty good deals. As far as exchanging money, it's between you and the record dealer. We need to stress this. Most of them are going to take a card, but you can't go wrong with bringing cash.
Yeah.
You really can't.
Cash is probably the best option usually. A lot of them will take card, and then there's the million other ways like Venmo, PayPal, but cash always works the best.
Cash is the best, and a lot of them will give you a discount if you pay cash.
Yep.
Because a lot of these folks have to pay a fee, or like a $2.50 processing fee, or whatever, and they're all up for negotiation. Some of them are pretty, some of them are a little more easygoing than others, and I've done this every time. I've never missed one yet. In fact, I think you've had to throw me out of a couple of them. But you can get together with the dealer and say, I'll take this, 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 and this for $40.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So do you get the usual? I guess the best thing for you, Joel, and I've asked you this in the past because it's your record expo. Do you walk around at 9:30 on Saturday morning and go, oh, I mean, I don't blame you for first crack at some of the stuff.
I try to, but there's so much going on. I feel like right before the doors open that I usually don't get around to looking at stuff until at least 10, but probably closer to 11 or 12.
And then you have to work.
Yeah. Thankfully, my wife is there most of the time too, and so she's been great enough and gracious enough to work the Vinyl Record Expo table so I can spend some time looking for records. But yeah.
And if Joel's 2 incredibly cute kids, who by the way look like their mom, thank God. If you're watching Department of Labor and Industries, they're not working; they're just hanging around. So for being a guest on the show, I wanted you to have this record right here. So this is for me. Go ahead and enjoy it. It's the Jackson 5.
Oh, sweet.
That's my gift to you.
Thank you.
For doing the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Joel Myrene, it's good to see you.
You too.
I will see you on the 9th.
Excellent.
Provided you don't throw me out. You're watching Wake Up at Wenatchee Valley. We're in Cashmere Records. Check it out, folks. They're good people. John's a good guy. He's got a good taste in music, too. And we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I have with me Flint. Flint is our 3-year-old husky mix, and he's a very beautiful boy. He's shedding a little bit right now, but it's really soft. Yeah. We've had Flint for about 2 months now, which is a long time for this active boy. He really likes going on walks and running and doing the zoomies, and he loves playing. And he's so much fun. He's got a lot of personality, along with the fur. Flint loves to play, and he loves to play fetch. That's his favorite. Loves when we throw him balls. Yeah, yeah. And he loves stuffed animals and licking your face. Yeah. He's got a lot of puppy in him. Flint came to us as a stray, so we don't know anything about his background. We don't know how he is with cats. He has a few dog friends here, but he can be selective, which, as usual, is why we always suggest that you bring your dog in, if you have one, so that they can meet and see if they're both as goofy as the other. Flint loves belly scratches. He just loves interacting with people, however you want to. I think Flint would be a great family dog, especially for an active family because he's so active. He'd be great on hikes and runs and just goofing around. Maybe small kids. He's a little jumpy, but not too much. So I don't know, maybe older kids would be better. But he is a sweetheart. He's really affectionate. And I think that any family would fall right in love with this boy. Also, Flint's adoption fee is already paid for, so he is ready to go. He's got all of his shots, he is neutered, and his adoption fee is covered, yes, by a generous donor. So, if you'd like to come meet our Flint, we are open from 12:30 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
You need a good brushing, buddy. Jeez.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
Shop Talk on this Friday. If you can't make it to Lee-Boston Field at the Apple Bowl, we always encourage people to go. This is going to be a big one. Something's got to give. The Wenatchee Panther boys soccer team 5-1 in Big 9 play. Davis Pirates 5-1 in Big 9 play. Wenatchee's only league loss was to Davis in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. So check it out. We'll have it for you. 6:45 airtime, 7 o'clock when the match begins. Again, it's going to be a beautiful night at Lee-Boston Field at the Apple Bowl. Big crowd expected. But if you can't make it, we'll have it for you right here on the NCW Life Channel. New sponsor for this program, so I have to, again, I haven't memorized the live read yet, so I still have to read it on the piece of paper. It's from Pool to Spa Services. Upgrade relaxation with a Bullfrog Spa featuring the exclusive Jet Pack therapy system for personalized comfort in every seat. Visit Pool to Spa Services of Wenatchee and design a spa that's built for you. And wouldn't you agree that's a cool deal? Mo. There you go. It's actually curly. All right, from the Magic 8 Ball. Oh, let's do this first. The weather outlook. You like that? It's a nice weather outlook. We'll let the Magic 8 Ball do the production once again. We do this on Friday. Oh, Magic 8 Ball, how will the weather be on this spring weekend? And the Magic 8 Ball says, yes. Signs point to yes. We will have weather this weekend. And it's looking pretty good. Sunshine today. I have about 60. There's your outlook for all of north central Washington. Some folks, you see that Monday, Omak and Moses Lake and Freddie, you could be Quincy, you could be about 80, even a little warmer than that. on Monday. We're not going to get that warm here in the valley. 60 today with lots of sunshine. We will see some clouds over the weekend, about 50% clouds, 50% sun, but we got warm air coming in from the southwest. So we're going to warm up quite a bit, 65 to 72 to 77 on Monday. That's it for us. Have a good and safe weekend, provided this show isn't canceled. I'll see you Monday. Till then, bye-bye.